Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing all right today and hope you're looking forward to the weekend. It's Shaban with you here. Please like and subscribe before we go any further. I'd be greatly appreciative yeah, of your support. Thank you very much if you have done so already. A couple of things I wanted to bring to your attention this morning. The news yesterday that came out about Rachel Daly retiring from international duty was interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the news we're kind of waking up to this morning is that it's believed Sonia Bompastor will now replace Emma Hayes at the end of the season at Chelsea. She's been at Lyon since 2021. She's the first women's manager to have won the Champions League in 15 years, of course, with Lyon. And I think she's now heading for her third straight French title in a row. So a manager of great pedigree. It's believed that she'll be coming to the club along with her assistant Camille Abley. Now, obviously, we heard about this a number of months ago, that she was the lead candidate, expecting to replace that of Emma Hayes. Since then, it went quiet. It was believed a deal had been met and agreed, and nothing since those rumours started a number of months ago. She's been identified, of course, as Chelsea's first target, and now it looks like the deal has been done. So Chelsea fans, how do you feel about Sonia Bompastor? There's no doubt she's a great manager. I've met her, I've interviewed her a couple of times. She won it as a player. And she's won it as a manager, so she knows her stuff. It's believed that compensation has been agreed with the French giants for an early release of Bompastor's existing contract, which runs until 2025. The Champions League semi-final will be Barcelona-Chelsea. Now, if Chelsea can get past that, and Lyon beat PSG, or PSG beat Lyon, I think it will be Lyon beating PSG. No disrespect to PSG. Could be totally wrong there, actually. PSG have been great, but I wonder how they would fare together in a final. It would be an interesting watch, wouldn't it? Emma Hayes, say, bowing out as Chelsea, perhaps going up against what would be the manager to take over that role. And it's one of those things that I think could be good for the WSL. You want the best managers here, and Emma Hayes is the best manager. The fact that she's still not won a Champions League, I don't know if that would be rent-free in her head, or if she's not that kind of person. She takes it game at a time. They lost out in the Conti Cup. They look like they will win the league. I think that's still very possible. I think they'll win the FA Cup, but it would be incredible for her to win a Champions League and then bow out and let Sonia Bompastor come on in. I just wonder how she'll do in the Women's Super League, because as we know, the league's getting so much more competitive. We're seeing more of a three-horse race of late. I know Arsenal have dropped out more this season, surprisingly. But yeah, I mean, she's a record 8-time European Championship, being at that club, getting the job at Lyon, who have won it more than any other club, and for her to go there and win it shows that she's got the pedigree to perhaps, if Emma Hayes can't do it this time, bring a European Championship to Chelsea. So that would be very, very interesting. Just a little bit more on Sonia Bompastor. She had been capped 156 times for France. She also won 2-time European champion as player with Lyon. So high calibre woman. Interesting to see what she can do at Chelsea. But Chelsea fans, feel free to jump in the comments and let me know how you feel about that today. Who is the ideal replacement for Emma Hayes, if there even is one? And does she fit the bill nicely? And maybe what was it that was holding it back? Was it just agreeing that deal, making sure the deal was right? Let me know your thoughts. And let's just, an ode to Rachel Daly. The pictures that came out yesterday, my timeline has just been filled. Yours will be too, of her best moments in an England shirt. She's retired from international duty at the age of 32 years old. And interesting in how it was announced, in the middle of European qualifiers to get to Switzerland next year. 12 hours after coming on as a substitute, 86 minutes into that game of Ireland against England, she retires. How long has this been in her mind? I could see from a number of comments from fellow Lionesses, like her bestie Millie Bright, that they were dreading that moment coming because they knew it was on the horizon. But to do it after that game, I was surprised, and I actually thought to myself, I wonder if it is because now she is seen as the substituted role. Now, Rachel Daly, for me, in front of goal, and I've spoken about this before in the channel, is clinical. She's incredible in the air. She won the Golden Boot last season. I actually think if we put Rachel Daly in as striker at Arsenal, it would be a very different season for Arsenal. I think she's that good. No shade at Russo. I think she's excellent. She's the hardest working player possibly in the league. She doesn't stop working. But in terms of just being an absolute threat in front of goal, I think Rachel Daly has that. And I think coming from Houston Dash, bringing her goal scoring abilities over here to Aston Villa, she got 22 goals, I think it was, last season to win the Golden Boot. And she's preferred by Sarina Wiegman in that fullback role. And you can understand when you're at 32 years young, if you are looking and going, well, I want to start and I want to be in my preferred position. You know, otherwise I want to focus on that at club level. And it's not been the season we expected, not been the season I expected for Aston Villa. They were certainly the best of the rest last season, and it hasn't been the same season for them. They haven't been as impactful as I thought they were going to be, and certainly Rachel Daly's goal scoring hasn't been the way it was last season either. You know, she's an incredible person. The picture of her in the cowboy hat dancing when they made it to the final of the Euros is like such an iconic picture. And she seems like a great person. Some of the quotes that she said: it's been the greatest honour to represent my family, my teammates and the entire country. I have a lot of incredible memories during my time with England that have been pivotal. But like we say, 84 senior caps, scored 16 goals for England. But as a striker, I wondered if she were still coming on for that striker role and getting the starting opportunities, if she would have made that decision as easily. I can't imagine it would be the case. I do look at what Sarina Wiegman is doing this camp. You know, Jess Park, what an incredible player. You know, the youngsters coming through, Grace Clinton, another example. She is looking now at the future of England. And even though you can have a great playing career, look at Ellen White, look at Jill Scott, you know, playing into the mid-30s, I think Rachel Daly certainly had that in the locker. But when you're not playing in the position you want to be playing and you've got so many youngsters then starting ahead of front of you, you wonder if that would become a factor. Lots of people shocked by this decision, did not see it coming. But maybe she's just sounds like she's comfortable making this decision and knows where she stands with it. But she's bowing out at a great time, you know, to be a World Cup finalist and win the European Championship here in our country with that squad. She will be remembered as one of the standout players for me, that versatile player who Sarina Wiegman was given the headache of where do you play her. She had so many great attacking options in front of her that you can rely as her as that solid fullback is a testament to the career she's had. And she'll be missed. And I wonder if there'll be any big moves for Rachel Daly in this summer transfer window. Perhaps maybe this is the start of something. I think she's an incredible forward. I mean, and I don't think we can really put age on it just now. I think age is a number. I think she's still got so much more to give. And I'll be interested to see what's around the corner. But you can let me know your best Rachel Daly moments in the comments and what you think is next for her.